Girl Walks Home Alone at Night has been described as the first Iranian vampire western, a term coined in its official press release. Throughout the film, a distinct atmosphere is created that is hard to pinpoint, but I think it can be brought down to three key aspects of film style and form: cinematography, music, and mise-en-scene. These three things come together to create a dreamlike, heightened style where we feel detached from reality as the audience. The high contrast, black and white look is perhaps the most recognizable aspect of this film. Director of photography Lyle Vincent uses minimal lighting to create vast shadows that permeate the locations, creating some truly striking imagery. The scene where we are first introduced to the girl as she watches the gangster in his car exemplifies this. The only lighting comes from street lamps and moonlight, filling almost the entire frame with shadows. This creates tension as the girl is shown as part of the shadow, barely visible, creating an atmosphere of unease for the audience. Cinematography is used throughout the film to show different genre conventions as well, specifically those of Western and noir films. Classic noir films such as The Third Man are clear influences and fit the style of the film, as this high contrast black and white look is often associated with mystery, uncertainty, and tension. The works of David Lynch are also a clear visual reference, with director Anna Lily Amirpour herself saying in an interview with IndieWire, "I think he's a magnificent creator and I'm extremely inspired by him, and he's a hero in a way, but of course your heroes influence you in some way." The Western genre is also a clear inspiration for the cinematography, particularly the films of Sergio Leone, as it is apparent in the opening scene. These long, wide shots establish the setting that the characters inhabit, therefore building atmosphere. When comparing this sequence to a scene from Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West, we can see a number of similarities in the long takes, the extreme wide shots, and the simplistic but effective camera movements. The film was also shot using anamorphic lenses, which creates a dreamlike reality through the subtle stretching of the image.
I really love shooting anamorphic, and you can see a lens flare up at the top of the screen off that street light.
In these ways, through the lighting, the composition of the cinematography, and even the lenses, a stylish, detached atmosphere is visually created. But what other forms of style contribute to the atmosphere of A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night? Author Claudia Gorbman once wrote, "Any music will do something, but the coincidence in the time of music and scene creates different effects according to the dynamics and structure of the music. Music is integral to the form of A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, often telling the story just as much as the visuals that it accompanies. This is apparent in one particular scene more than anywhere else in the film, the sequence in which the girl and Arash share an intimate moment. In this 4-minute long take, the song Death by the band White Lies plays throughout the scene. The lyric, "Fear's got a hold on me," applies to both characters. Arash could be seen as afraid of the mysterious girl he's met, but more importantly, the girl is afraid of the feelings of love she is developing for him. The song is also diegetic, being played in the scene itself, which immerses the audience in the atmosphere of the moment between the two characters. In an interview with Vice, Amirpour talks about the use of the song. "I always knew that this minimal approach to how I constructed that moment would have to really let the song be the electricity that steers that moment." The style goes against conventions as well, due to the fact that one might expect music more in line with the classic Western feel of the earlier tracks. The use of a more modern song in a somewhat timeless setting is a technique also used by a hugely influential filmmaker, Quentin Tarantino. For example, in Django Unchained, modern hip-hop music is sometimes used despite the film being set in the 1850s. In that film, the contrast between the music and the visuals helps to tell the story, whereas in A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, the juxtaposition further builds on the dreamlike style, emphasizing that the film is disconnected from reality. The third and final aspect of style that I will be looking at are some aspects of mise-en-scene, production design, costume design, and visual effects. The production design of the film is bleak and dark, yet immersive. The film is set in the fictional Iranian town of Bad City, located next to a vast oil field.
We made everything. We made the street signs, we made the newspaper, we made the currency, the money, posters on the wall, we made the commercials that were on the TV.
The clothing in the film builds the personality and style of the characters themselves who inhabit Bad City. The girl is predominantly seen in a black chador, building an atmosphere of dread and fear, particularly when she is first introduced. The character of Arash wears clothes in line with the likes of James Dean, which evokes the feeling of classic Hollywood, bringing another influence into the style of the film. Visual effects are also subtly used. specifically to show the true vampiric nature of the girl. It is incorporated in a way that feels natural and not over the top, grounding it in the style of the film while still creating an uneasy atmosphere. Through this analysis, it can be said that A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night achieves its stylistic atmosphere through cinematography, music, and elements of mise-en-scene. The dark, black and white, high-contrast visual look creates an otherworldly reality, whilst the music twists genre conventions while linking the film to classic cinema such as film noir and westerns. The production design, costume design, and visual effects also add to the atmosphere of the film, creating a bleak city inhabited by timeless characters. Through this, director Anna Lily Amirpour has been truly successful in creating a style that feels separated from reality, but that we as an audience can feel fully immersed in.